There is a moment just before something incredible happens in your life. A moment when things seem chaotic, when everything feels like it's falling apart, when doubts creep in louder than ever before. You might even question everything you've believed in, your goals, your worth, your path. But what if I told you that very moment is the closest you've ever been to your breakthrough? This is the secret most people don't realize. Right before a major manifestation, life often tests you the hardest. The signs are subtle at first: a sense of impatience, emotional waves, the sudden resurfacing of past fears, unexpected delays, or even silence. No response from the universe, no movement, no sign. It's as if the energy around you is frozen. Nothing's happening, but something is building. In the spiritual world, this phase is sometimes called the purge, the void, or the contraction before expansion. It's the space between your old reality and the new one that's almost here. And it's one of the most misunderstood and most important parts of the manifestation journey. Because manifestation isn't just about wanting something and waiting for it to drop into your lap. It's about becoming the version of you who is aligned with that reality. And becoming that version often requires shedding, letting go of beliefs, patterns, and energy that can't come with you into that next chapter. This shedding can feel like loss, but it's actually preparation. The universe isn't withholding your desire, it's upgrading you to match it. Let's imagine you've been manifesting a new career, love, abundance, or purpose. You've done the work, visualized, affirmed, aligned your thoughts, and then suddenly, nothing. Worse than nothing. Maybe you lose your job. A relationship ends. You feel emotionally raw. You start to question if manifestation is real at all. Here's the truth. The bigger the desire, the deeper the clearing required to receive it. Think of manifestation like tuning a radio. If you're on 88.5 FM and your dream life is broadcasting on 105.9 FM, you can't receive it until your internal signal matches that frequency. That in-between is uncomfortable. It's where the old you is dying and the new you is still forming. This space is sacred. The moment before the manifestation is a mirror. It shows you what you still need to release. It brings your hidden doubts to the surface so they can be healed. It pushes you to trust, not because everything is going right, but because your soul knows what's coming. You'll start to notice strange synchronicities. Certain numbers appear constantly, like 111 or 555, reminding you that change is near. You may have vivid dreams, intense emotional waves, or moments of deep clarity. You might feel alone, but not lonely, because something inside you knows you're shifting. But there's another sign: resistance. Just before the manifestation, resistance peaks. Your old identity fights to stay alive. Your ego clings to what's familiar. Fear may try to convince you to quit, to go back, to settle. This is a critical point. Most people give up here. They misread the turbulence as a sign that things aren't working, when in fact it means you're almost there. Imagine planting a seed. You water it, nourish it, wait patiently. For weeks nothing happens, but beneath the soil, roots are forming. Then, just before it sprouts, the ground starts to shift. The soil cracks. That's the sign that growth is breaking through. But from the outside, it looks like destruction. That's what manifestation is like. The cracking, the pressure, the pause, it's all part of the breakthrough. In fact, some of the most powerful manifestations are preceded by complete surrender. A moment where you let go, not of the dream, but of the need to control how and when it happens. You release your grip, and in that release, your vibration rises. You stop chasing and start allowing. You trust the divine orchestration. This trust creates space, and in that space, the manifestation flows. In the next part, we'll explore the emotional, physical, and energetic signs that you're entering the manifestation threshold, the precise moment when everything within you starts realigning to receive what you've been calling in. When you're on the edge of a major manifestation, your body, emotions, and energy field often begin to shift, even before the physical results appear. You might not realize it in the moment, but your entire system is preparing to receive something new. Let's explore the subtle and not so subtle signs that your manifestation is almost here. 1. Emotional roller coasters. One of the most common signs that you're on the verge of manifesting something big is emotional intensity. You might find yourself feeling euphoric one day and anxious the next. Old wounds may resurface. Doubts may seem louder. You may feel easily triggered by things that normally wouldn't affect you. Why? Because manifestation requires energetic congruence. Your emotional frequency has to match your desired outcome. So if there's anything unresolved or suppressed within you, it comes up now to be cleared. Think of it as emotional detox. The sadness, fear, or frustration you feel isn't a step back. It's a release. Let it move through you. The more you resist it, the louder it gets. But if you honor it, breathe into it, feel it fully, it passes, and with it, a layer of resistance dissolves. You become lighter, clearer, more aligned. 2. Unexpected endings. Another major sign is sudden endings or shifts in your life. Relationships may fall away. A job may end abruptly. A project may stall or collapse. At first, it feels like a loss, but it's actually space being cleared for what you've asked for. The universe rarely adds without subtracting first. You may have outgrown certain people or environments, even if your mind hasn't caught up yet. Trust that what's leaving your life now can't support who you're becoming. Something greater is trying to arrive, but it needs room. This is where many people struggle. We've been taught to fear endings, but in manifestation, endings are often the first visible sign that your intention is unfolding. Don't cling. Breathe. Let it go with grace. 3. Time feels weird. When you're close to a breakthrough, time distorts. You may feel like everything is moving too fast or slowing to a crawl. Days blur together. You may forget what day it is or feel like you're in a dream. This is because your subconscious timeline is shifting. Your energetic body is no longer operating in the same linear framework. You're stepping into a more quantum field where timelines overlap, collapse, and rearrange. It can feel disorienting at first, but it's also exhilarating. You're stepping into the realm where anything is possible. 4. Signs and synchronicities multiply. Repeating numbers 111, 222, 333. Meaningful lyrics. Strangers saying exactly what you needed to hear. Dreams that feel prophetic. These are all signs that you're aligned. When you're close to a manifestation, the universe starts winking at you more often. It's like a breadcrumb trail guiding you through the fog. Pay attention. These signs are subtle confirmations that your vibration is close to what you've been calling in. They're not coincidences. They're echoes of your focus, reflected back to you. 5. You're being tested, but not punished. Perhaps the most misunderstood sign is the test. You'll be presented with situations that look like what you want, but aren't. Or you'll be triggered by the very fears you thought you'd already healed. This is the final vibrational check. Are you really ready? Are you choosing the new reality or defaulting to the old one? For example, if you've been manifesting a healthy relationship, someone from your past may resurface, someone who represents your old patterns. You may feel tempted, but this isn't about them. It's about you. Can you choose better? Can you walk away with love knowing you deserve more? These tests are not punishments. They're invitations to embody your new frequency. 6. Physical sensations and upgrades. Your body also responds to energetic shifts. You may experience fatigue, headaches, buzzing sensations, tingling in the hands or crown, or vivid dreams. You may feel called to change your diet, sleep more, or spend time alone. These are signs your body is integrating higher frequencies. Drink more water, move gently, rest. Your nervous system is recalibrating to receive. Don't force productivity during this time. Honor the body's intelligence. It knows what it's doing. 7. A deep inner calm, even amid chaos. Ironically, one of the most powerful signs of impending manifestation is stillness. You may find yourself feeling unexpectedly peaceful, even when there's no external proof that things are working out. It's a knowing, a soul-deep trust that doesn't rely on logic. You stop checking the clock. You stop needing signs. You stop seeking validation, because something inside you already knows. It's done. This level of surrender doesn't come from giving up. It comes from aligning so deeply with your desire that you no longer see it as separate from you. You've become it. And in that merging, the manifestation becomes inevitable. There's a space few people talk about in the manifestation journey. It's not as glamorous as scripting or visualizing. It doesn't feel like excitement or expansion. In fact, it often feels like nothing at all. This space is called the void. The void is the space between what was and what's coming. It's the moment after you've set an intention, done the inner work, cleared your resistance, and nothing happens. No feedback, no signs, no movement, just silence. To the mind, this can feel terrifying. We're trained to believe that silence means failure. That lack of response means we did something wrong. That if we can't see evidence, nothing is working. But in truth, the void is where the deepest magic happens. Imagine planting a seed underground. After planting it, do you dig it up every day to check its progress? Of course not. You trust that the process is happening, quietly, invisibly. The seed is splitting, roots are forming, energy is building, but above the surface, stillness. That's the void. In manifestation, the void is your gestation period. It's the space where you're no longer who you were, but not yet fully who you're becoming. Your energy is recalibrating. Your timeline is rearranging. And life is preparing to deliver what you've asked for in the best possible way. But the void is uncomfortable. It triggers the parts of us still attached to control. It activates our ego, which demands speed and certainty. It's in the void that doubts scream the loudest. Not because they're true, but because you're getting closer than ever before. Here's what's important to remember. The void is not punishment. It's integration. It's where your desire stops being a concept and becomes embodied. It's where your frequency locks in. It's where the universe aligns the pieces you can't yet see. But to the untrained heart, it feels like loss. That's why so many people give up in the void. They interpret the stillness as a no when it's actually a not yet. Or worse, a yes, but trust me with the how. So how do you survive the void? How do you stay anchored when everything feels empty? 1. Stop trying to make it happen. The void is not a time for pushing. It's a time for trust. You've already launched your desire into the field. Now your job is to allow, to receive, to hold the vibration without needing to prove it with action. This doesn't mean doing nothing. It means choosing aligned action only from peace, not panic. Rest, reflect, create, ground yourself. Do what nourishes your soul, not what feeds your fear. 2. Return to presence. The mind hates the void because it can't control it. It projects into the future, desperate to predict outcomes. It replays the past, wondering if you missed a step. But your power is never in the past or future. It's in now. In the void, presence is your superpower. Focus on your breath, on beauty, on sensation, on simple joy. Be where you are fully, and you'll find the void is not a vacuum, it's a womb. 3. Watch your inner dialogue. In the silence, your thoughts get louder. That's not a bad thing. It's a gift. You finally get to see what's running in the background. Doubt, fear, self-sabotage. They rise not to defeat you, but to be released. When a negative thought appears, don't suppress it. Ask it, what are you trying to protect me from? Often, it's fear of disappointment, fear of being wrong, fear of being seen. Once acknowledged, these fears soften, and in their place, a deeper voice can emerge. Your true voice, the one that says, "It's working even if I can't see it yet. I'm safe to receive. My only job is to stay open." 4. Use the void as preparation. Many great teachers say the void is where you prepare to become who your desire requires you to be. If you want love, are you loving yourself in the void? If you want abundance, are you trusting life to support you now? If you want freedom, are you liberating yourself from fear today? Use this time to embody the vibration of your desire, not in hope, but in certainty. Because here's the secret, the void only feels empty to the mind. To the soul, it's full. It's full of transformation, alignment, subtle rewiring. It's the place where your identity upgrades, where you become the version of you that your manifestation already belongs to. And when that shift happens, when the inner catches up to the outer, the physical evidence shows up fast. Not because you chased it, but because you became it. 5. Watch for quiet nudges. Sometimes the void ends not with fireworks, but with a whisper. A small urge to call someone, a random email you feel drawn to open, a gut feeling to take a walk where you bump into someone who changes everything. When you're anchored in presence, these nudges are easier to catch. They're not big or dramatic, but they're precise, aligned, and they move you gently yet powerfully toward what's already yours. The energy just before a manifestation is like the still air before a storm, not destructive, but electric. Something is about to shift, and in this window, how you prepare to receive is just as important as how you asked in the first place. Because manifestation isn't just about aligning energetically, it's also about making space, emotionally and physically, to hold what you've called in. This stage, the readiness phase, is often missed. People focus on wanting, asking, affirming. But when the manifestation actually starts arriving, they get overwhelmed. They haven't created the space to hold it. So the universe waits, not to test you, but to protect you. Imagine this. You've been asking for love, a deep, conscious, sacred relationship. But your inner world is still holding resentment toward your past. You haven't cleared the emotional space for intimacy. You say you're ready, but your heart is still walled up. What happens? Love can't land. Not because it isn't coming, but because there's nowhere for it to rest. Or say you're manifesting abundance. But your relationship with money is still filled with guilt, shame, or fear. You don't feel worthy to receive. Even if money arrives, it slips away because your nervous system can't hold it yet. That's why preparing to receive is essential. This phase isn't passive. It's a co-creative act of expansion. It's where your external and internal space become aligned. Here's how to do it. 1. Clear physical space. Energy flows where there's room. One of the fastest ways to signal readiness to the universe is to declutter your physical world. Want a new job? Organize your workspace. Want a relationship? Make room in your closet or clear a drawer. Want abundance? Clean your wallet, desk, or digital files. This isn't superstition, it's resonance. Clutter carries stagnant energy, and stagnant energy blocks flow. When you remove the old, you send a clear signal. I'm making space for something new. You also create momentum. Movement on the physical level awakens energy on the spiritual level. 2. Align your environment with your intention. Surround yourself with things that reflect where you're going, not just where you've been. If you're calling in health, fill your space with supportive foods, colors, scents, and reminders of vitality. If you're calling in success, let your environment reflect clarity, organization, inspiration. Your surroundings either expand you or shrink you. Choose consciously. 3. Nervous system. Expansion. One of the biggest manifestation blocks isn't energetic. It's physiological. Your body must feel safe receiving what you're asking for. If your nervous system is dysregulated, if you're living in chronic stress, anxiety, or survival mode, your body will reject expansion. Not because it doesn't want it, but because it doesn't recognize it as safe. This is why people self-sabotage. They manifest opportunities, then freeze, panic, or push them away. To prevent this, practice nervous system regulation. Breath work, deep belly breathing to calm the vagus nerve. EFT tapping to release stored emotional tension. Grounding techniques, barefoot walks, nature time. Gentle movement, yoga, stretching, dance, rest, and real sleep. When your body feels safe, it relaxes, and in that relaxation, you become receptive. You can hold more joy, more love, more money, because you're not contracting against it. 4. Identity integration. Here's a powerful truth. You never manifest what you want. You manifest what you are. So ask yourself, who would I be if I already had this? How would I speak, walk, make decisions, treat myself? Then start being that version now. This isn't faking it. It's embodying it. Your external reality always catches up with your internal identity. Write it out. The version of me who already has desire. Then finish the sentence. Wakes up feeling. Handles conflict by. Spends time with. Speaks like. Holds boundaries with. Live from that energy, and the manifestation becomes a mirror, reflecting who you've already become. 5. Practice receiving. Strangely, many people are more comfortable giving than receiving. We've been conditioned to earn, to prove, to justify. But receiving, pure, open, unguarded, can feel vulnerable. Start small. Say, thank you, instead of deflecting compliments. Accept help without guilt. Let people support you. Celebrate wins, even tiny ones. The more you practice receiving in the small, the more you open to receive in the big. Receiving is not passive. It's an active state of allowing. It's a choice to trust that you are worthy of good simply because you exist. 6. Gratitude as preparation. Gratitude isn't just for what you already have, it's for what's on the way. When you feel gratitude in advance, you create coherence between your current state and your desired state. Try this. Every morning, write down 3 things you're grateful for, as if they've already happened. I'm so grateful I feel so connected in my new relationship. I'm so grateful this week brought unexpected income and joy. I'm so grateful I finally feel free, light, and fully myself. This practice doesn't just shift your mood, it shifts your magnetic field. You begin to emit the frequency of fulfillment, and life responds in kind. You've cleared the space, you've released resistance, you've anchored into the version of you who's ready. And then, it happens. Sometimes it's subtle, a message, an opportunity, a meeting. Sometimes it's instant. A check arrives, a door opens, a miracle unfolds. But make no mistake, your manifestation is here, and the most important thing you can do in that moment is this. Say yes, fully, without hesitation, without deflection, without needing to earn it. This is harder than it sounds. When the manifestation arrives, it often brings with it everything you asked for and everything you're afraid of. It reflects not just your desires, but your readiness to receive. It tests your worthiness, not to punish you, but to integrate the truth. I deserve this. I created this. I can hold this. That's why so many people unconsciously sabotage manifestations. They win the money, but spend it all. They meet the love, but question their value. They get the opportunity, but freeze in fear because the identity hasn't caught up. That's why preparation matters. It's not to get the thing. It's to become the person who can live in the energy of the thing. So when it comes, breathe. Feel it. Let the joy rush through your system. Let the awe crack you open. And then stabilize. Here are some ways to do that. 1. Ground the energy manifestation can feel overwhelming, especially if it's big. Grounding helps integrate it so it stays. Go for a walk, touch the earth, move your body, journal what's happening. Call someone you trust and say out loud, "It happened." Bringing the manifestation from thought into body helps you hold it. It shifts it from surreal into embodied reality. 2. Let yourself celebrate. Don't rush to the next goal. Sit in the miracle. Let yourself fully receive what you once only imagined. Gratitude expands the energy field. Joy anchors it. Take a moment to honor the version of you who held the vision when it wasn't real yet. That version was brave. That version made this possible. 3. Expect expansion and adjustment. Sometimes after the high comes a dip. That's normal. It's not regression. It's recalibration. The nervous system adjusts. The mind tries to catch up. Doubts may whisper, "What if I lose it?" Breathe. You're safe. This is integration. You're not going back. You're simply solidifying the new baseline. Support yourself like you would a friend who just moved into a new house, gently, with celebration and structure. 4. Stay in alignment. Now that you've manifested what you desired, you enter a new cycle, sustaining the energy. This doesn't mean fearfully clinging to what you've received. It means continuing to choose the vibration that brought it in. Stay connected to your rituals. Stay grounded in presence. Keep nurturing the frequency of trust, ease, joy. Because manifestation isn't a one-time event. It's a lifestyle. Once you understand that reality reflects your energy, you never stop creating. Every moment becomes a choice. Am I aligned with love or fear? With lack or abundance? With my old story or my highest self? And when you choose from love again and again, miracles become normal. 5. Keep asking, keep trusting. Just because you've manifested one thing doesn't mean your journey ends. You are an evolving soul. Your desires will grow. Your purpose will expand. Let yourself dream again. Ask bigger. Trust deeper. Because now you know how manifestation works. You know how it feels before the breakthrough. You know what the void is. You know how to prepare. You know how to say yes. You've walked through the fire and found gold. So as you step into this new chapter, carry this truth with you. Nothing is withheld from me. I am always creating. I am always supported. The delay is not denial. The silence is not rejection. The storm before the breakthrough is a blessing in disguise. And I am always, always right on time.